Okay, so now that I am finished with my fall semester of my nurse practitioner program, I feel like I'm finally getting around to just like getting my life together now that I've had a few days off. And I realized that I never unpacked my nursing work bag from when I was working at the hospital. And in one of my past videos, someone had commented asking to see like what's in my work bag. And I was like, honestly, this is the perfect opportunity to just go through it finally, now that I'm done with everything for a little bit. So I wanted to just quickly show you guys what is in my nursing work bag. Not everything is in here. I haven't touched this, by the way, since work, and so honestly, like, I have no idea what's in here. It's probably mostly trash and things that need to be thrown away, but not everything is in here, just because like my stethoscope and I don't know, like just a few other little things I was using for school, and so I have that in my school bag, which I also need to unpack, but like that's just gonna be another day. So yeah, let's just get into what is in my nursing work bag. Okay, so well, to start off, I always kept a clip just on here just in case I forgot a hair tie or my hair tie broke, and I can just quickly throw up my hair if I need to. I hardly ever wore my hair down while at the hospital, just because, I don't know, like I just always felt like I needed to have everything pulled back and not be exposed to all of the nasty things at the hospital. So the first thing in here is just this pouch, which I kept all my pens. I kept dry erase markers to write on the patient's door, as well as their like whiteboard inside the room. Tampons, which obviously don't need those anymore now that I'm 7 months pregnant. Tylenol, because it just never fails that you'll get a headache while you're at work. More Tylenol. Let's see, Aquaphor. This, honestly, like, forget everything else to me. If you just keep Aquaphor or freaking chapstick on you at all times, like, you will be so much happier. Something about the hospital, like, you just get so dry. My lips would be so chapped, and I would be miserable if I did not have something on me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This is just all like pens and Advil. So this is trash. Let me make sure there's nothing on this. So yeah, this is stuff that I should have thrown away, but I didn't. Basically this was just, I don't want it to like be able to see through, but basically this was just our like way of charting, or my way of charting. We had these sheets on our unit that we could just quickly grab before a shift, and so I'd grab like a couple of them. That way when I'm getting a report, I can like quickly go through just to kind of tell you like everything. It'd be like the patient's name or label that you could put on here, their diagnosis, are they on any isolation precautions, their mental status, do they have an attestation, a proxy, history, diet, feeding, what type of like assist are they a self, are they assist times 1, 2, 3, whatever it is, a total, if they were a turn every 2 hours, were they an AccuCheck with or without coverage, were they a DNR, seizure precautions, O2, how much oxygen they were on. I was on a respiratory floor, so like the respiratory and the trach stuff was super important to know. Let's see, IVs, where they were located at, what type of fluids they were on, if they were on telemetry, if they had a Foley, did they need labs like every 4 hours, every 6 hours, every 2 hours, that sort of thing. Were they electrolyte protocol, any procedures or treatments that they've already had or that they are planning on going to, I would always take note of. Any wound care that I needed to do that shift, drains in tubes, like did they have, honestly, just any sort of drain or tube, like not including a Foley, I would include on there, like a chest tube, JP drain, can't even remember all the different stuff. Any consults that they had, what their plan was. Like, are they planning on keeping them here for a couple more days? Are they planning on being transferred? Just kind of what their overall discharge plan was, and then as well as like any task that I needed to do and like their med times, which I never put my med times on this sheet. I would like make a separate sheet and make it like big and pretty where I had almost like a breakdown of my day by time. I would do it in like hour blocks and write down any task that I had for all of my patients. Like each patient would get like a separate section, and that way I could just know, okay, at 8 o'clock I need to pass these meds, but like at 10 o'clock I need to be in this other patient's room doing X, Y, and Z. So that's what helped me. Other things on here were just like mobility, restraints, baths, turns, eyes and nose, vitals, etc. So this came in really handy though. I loved having this to just quickly write everything down during report, and then later on in my shift, if I had the time, I would actually rewrite it all and make it look all pretty and clean, because me writing quickly is just not, it's not cute. This was always handy. So basically I would just keep those sheets on here, and that way when I was getting report, I could just like quickly write it down. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Like, I thought this nursing thing was so cool, especially in nursing school. I thought it would come in like handy. I don't think I ever looked at this one time. Like, I truly don't think I ever looked at the information on here. I feel like this is more handy in nursing school when you're in clinical than it is when you're a nurse, but maybe I'm wrong. Like, maybe some of you guys like this and used it, but I don't know. Like, I just felt like I would either Google things if I was confused, or I would just ask somebody, and I never really was paying attention to this, but I'm sure it's handy to someone. A clip, I probably brought a snack from home and had that on there. My stethoscope case, which my stethoscope is not in. I am bad and I don't keep it in the case, but I do have some pen lights, which don't work. I wonder if this one works. That one works. So yeah, I'd keep that in here. And then I also had this little guy. Never used him. Never used him at the hospital, but you know, had to have him. I did use it in nursing school though, when we had to practice like reflexes and stuff. However, I did not use that while I was working as a nurse. It's probably more handy now as a nurse practitioner student than it is as a nursing student, but maybe I'm wrong. This is just another pouch with a bunch of highlighters, pens, sticky notes, etc. Like, this is not very exciting. I always kept this is like a really thin jacket, which is pretty gross that it's been in here for like months and I haven't washed it. But it's always good to just kind of keep a thin jacket that I could wear over my scrubs with you if you forget like your actual scrub jacket or whatever. It's freezing in the hospital, even on day shift. Like, I was always cold. So this just came in handy in case I forgot to wear a jacket that day. This is just a bag of goodies, which I would say having a pouch where you have some backup stuff, because sometimes like after a shift, I didn't get off till like 7:30, 8, sometimes later. And maybe I'd be meeting Barrett for dinner, or we'd be meeting some friends or family or whatever the case would be, and I didn't have time to go home. So like just having stuff to kind of freshen up is always super helpful. So I kept a little native deodorant in here, more Advil, Tylenol that's empty, this body spray, which just is nice to have to kind of freshen up, more pads, more tampons, anti-itch cream. I don't know what happened. I must have been like, I don't even remember why I have that in here. I must have needed it one day. Let's see, some hand cream. your hands will get dry after using hand sanitizer and washing your hands like in and out of patient's room. So it's good to keep this on hand. Same with the Aquaphor. I feel like those two kind of go hand in hand. And then lastly, just some extra hair ties because you just never know. Another tube of Aquaphor. I honestly like this style better than the chapstick. Like this is the actual ointment. It's not the chapstick, whatever the other one is. And honestly, like I just like using the ointment because it's thicker and it just, to me, works better. I was on Accutane like probably 7 years ago at this point, maybe even longer. And my dermatologist had recommended using Aquaphor on my lips to help prevent with the like chapping. I can't talk. To help prevent with the cracking and the chapped lips. And honestly, ever since then, I've never like strayed away. I always have Aquaphor on me. These do come in handy. I feel like if you can have trauma shears on you at all times, like you'll never know what you need to cut. If you're the person who has the trauma shears, I just feel like it feels good to like, I don't know, be able to offer something if you feel like you don't know what else to do to be helpful. So I would recommend keeping trauma shears on you. And then I would keep like these little guys in my scrub pocket. You know what? Actually, I take all this back. I used this during clinical. I felt like this was very helpful in clinical to just keep in my scrub pocket, but I don't think I ever used this like when I was working as a nurse. So I guess it's just whatever method you come up with that works for you is obviously what you should do. Oh, gum. Definitely, I would say, yeah, between the Aquaphor and having a jacket, having trauma shears, I guess there's a lot of stuff I would recommend having on you, but having gum, especially when you're like having to wear all of the protective equipment for like a COVID patient or a TB patient or whatever the case may be. I feel like when you're just wearing a mask all the time and like, I don't know, I just always felt like having gum just kind of saved me. It would start grossing me out if I was like in a mask all day long. I'm like, I need something. I need a gum, a mint. So I'd recommend that. And so then in this front pocket, I had, so this is, I had gotten this when I thought that I was going to be working night shift. I was hired on for night shift, and then during my training, a position ended up opening up on day shift, and so I never ended up transitioning to night shift, but I've heard that these are cool if you are on night shift. I don't know if the batteries are dead. It seems like it. Basically, you can just like keep it on your scrub jacket, and if you have to go into the patient's room in the middle of the night, you don't have to turn like all the lights on. You can just wear this and be able to see. Ew. Well, I had some Jolly Ranchers in here that decided to melt all over the place. But yeah, that is everything. I guess this bag is going in the trash because it has Jolly Rancher melted all inside the pocket. The only thing I had was the Altoids. Again, like the gum, it's just kind of nice to have on hand. Some gum or mints, especially if you're wearing a mask all day. But that is it. That is everything that is in my work bag. And yeah, I'm glad that I can kind of throw all this out. And I'll probably actually just end this video here. I have some exciting news coming in the next video, which I'm gonna start recording tomorrow because like everything's just kind of happening so quickly. I don't know if it's more exciting or more crazy. I'll let you guys decide. But anyways, I will catch up with you guys in the next video. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.